to October 2020 theatrical releases. First of all, um you had Spontaneous. That was a coming of age romantic black comedy horror directed by Brian Duffield in his directorial debut. Got a limited release on October 2nd, followed by a VOD release on October 6th. And then you had Possessor, sci-fi psychological horror film directed by Brandon Cronenberg. Came out October 2nd. And then you had Death of Me, horror film directed by Darren Lynn Bousman. That came out October 2nd. And then The Call, horror film directed by Timothy Woodward Jr. That came out October 2nd. Then you had American Pie Presents Girls Rules. Actually, that's a straight to DVD movie, so that one is not going to be discussed. And then, okay, yeah, there were a lot of streaming releases that month, not a lot of theatrical releases. You had The War with Grandpa, family comedy film directed by Tim Hill, then released theatrically in the US on October 9th. And then you had A Rainy Day in New York, rom-com directed by Woody Allen that came out October 9th. And then Yellow Rose, musical drama directed by Deanne Paragus that came out October 9th. And then, let's see, we have a Netflix release next. Okay, several streaming releases here. Okay, you have Honest Thief. That's an action thriller directed by Mark Williams that came out October 16th. And then you had The Devil Has a Name, dark comedy directed by Edward James Olmos that came out October 16th. And then let's scroll down a bit here. You have The Kid Detective, mystery comedy drama that came out October 16th. And then you had Alone, that was released by Lionsgate. That is a horror film directed by Johnny Martin that came out October 16th. And then you had Two Hearts, romantic drama directed by Lance Houle that came out October 16th. And then The Opening Act, comedy directed by Steve Byrne that came out October 16th. And then okay, so we got a direct-to-video film here. Not going to talk about that one. Then we got several net streaming originals. Okay, you have After We Collided, romantic drama directed by Roger Kumble that came out October 23rd. And then you have The Empty Man, supernatural horror film directed by David Pryor in his directorial debut that came out October 23rd. And then you had Synchronic, sci-fi horror film directed by Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead that came out October 23rd. And then you have Friendsgiving, comedy drama directed by Nicole Payon in her directorial debut. That one came out October 23rd. Then you had The Craft Legacy, supernatural horror film directed by Zoe Lister-Jones that came out October 28th. And then you have Come Play, and that was a horror thriller directed by Jacob Chase based on a short film that came out October 30th. And then, okay, Spell, and that was a supernatural black horror thriller that actually was a digital release on October 30th. So out of all the movies that came out this month, wow, I'm not familiar with most of these movies. Let's see. Out of them all, how many am I familiar with? Yeah, the only release from this month that I'm familiar with at all would be Clouds. That was a Disney Plus release. I ended up seeing that movie later on Disney Plus, not October 2020.